All right, you guys, so a little update on the bike. First off, got this awesome motorcycle lift for Christmas from my parents. Shout out to my parents for that. Super dope. Makes everything a lot easier because I can bring the bike up a lot higher. Initially, I was using a lawnmower lift, which got the job done, and I was pretty fortunate for even having that. But this is even better now. So with having this, we're gonna go ahead and start wrenching on the 883. Now, as you can see, I already took off the tank, already took off the seat. That's over there. And then we also took out the battery and have this battery bracket kind of ready to come off, except we got to do some, take these wiring out. Those go up to the headlight. So we got to get those out of there to get that bracket out. Also, we took off the exhausts, just kind of all the basic stuff starting out. We also took off this electric ignition right here as well. That goes like right here. But nothing super complicated. I think I'll start showing you guys more as we go along, start showing you the process of getting all the small things off. And then also obviously with chopping it out and putting all the new parts on. If you don't know, we are sponsored by TC Bro Customs. So we have all of our new gear here. This is actually a motorcycle cover that I got for Christmas as well. But we have our new hardtail frame. We have our new seat, fender, sissy bar. What else do we have in here? Our oil tank is also in there somewhere. So we're gonna slap that on this girl here soon, but we obviously have to take everything apart and then we will chop it down the middle. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of nervous to see how this goes. It's gonna be a lot of learning along the way. So just keep that in mind when you see me taking crap apart. Not really experienced with chopping bikes up, but this is gonna be my first chopper build. Thankfully, everything is already pretty simplified. This is not stock at all. Someone's already gone through and simplified a lot of the wiring. Everything's already simplified down. So I think it's perfect for me building my first chopper. It's just gonna be a lot of figuring things out. Obviously, you have all the major parts that are pretty easy to take out. You know, the tank, the seat, the exhaust, all the big areas. But it's when you get down in here with all of these different tubes that come from the oil tank. And pretty nervous about it, but I'm gonna learn along the way and also have some contacts to some very knowledgeable people, a family friend of mine, and then also Sean or Hippie over at Hippie's Chopper Corner. He and I have been talking back and forth recently, so I might get in contact with him in regards to figuring out how to go about this thing. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the gym. Today we are hitting back and shoulders. So because we did have Christmas Eve and Christmas, I took Christmas Day off. So I'm gonna have to combine back and shoulders, which isn't a big issue because my back days are already pretty simple right now. So we'll probably start with back and move on to shoulders. What's good is, you know, doing those back movements is gonna get my shoulders pretty warmed up. So let's go ahead and get into the gym. Yep, come on, Tim. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going reversed, like underhand, kind of like that. And you can go about these any way you like. I just found when I do my hands like this, it just doesn't feel really comfortable. I honestly kind of feel like I use a lot of almost too much back and side delts almost. So when I flip it here, I'm really forced to almost come downward and squeeze that rear delt down and back. It's kind of mimicking somewhat of like that pullover feeling. Like when you do a pullover, you can kind of feel your rear delts and triceps activate. I kind of feel that when I flip my grip, kind of like that. And I saw it wasn't Jay Cutler, it was Ronnie Coleman doing these. He was standing up, grabbed the bars like that and was cranking it out like that. So I've been trying them out and I think they feel really good. So maybe give it a try. It's really all personal preference, you know, wherever or whatever movement you can do to feel that mind and muscle. All right, so as you saw, we did lat pull downs, and different from what I've been doing lately. Lately, I've been turning my lat pull downs into almost a high row of a sort, going really wide and leaning back. But with those, I really stuck with kind of how I used to do them for more lats. Kind of thinking about, instead of like leaning back and bringing it to me, kind of thinking about staying as straight as I can and pulling down with the backs of my arms sort of in front of me here. And what that does is like murders those lats. And even after most sets, I kind of walk away like this because my lats are burning so bad. Whereas when I do wide and I lean back and do that, I don't get that lat activation or burn. It's more just rear delts and traps. And we might go back and do some rear delts or do the wide grip. Instead of going back and doing the pullovers, I might just go and do some wide grip pull downs. But with these 135, I really don't do barbell bent over rows, so 135 feels really good for me. And honestly, the biggest limiting factor is my lower back, so I need to start doing these more often to build up my lower back strength, because row-wise it feels good. Good burn, good contraction, but my lower back and hamstrings aren't really able to hold in there. So we're gonna start drilling these a little more to build that. But we're gonna do 2 more sets here, and we'll go back and do those wide grip. Come on through. Failure. I love it. Can I work in with you on those?
Yeah, you're good.
Thank you. All right, so as you saw, we did those kind of leaning back lat pull downs, did some more rear delt flies, different assortments of those, and now we're kind of coming to the end of our workout here. Just doing side raises. I started with 35s. These feel a little heavy. You know, I think it's good to like progressive overload and work up in weight, which is kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get used to heavier weight with side raises, but at the same time, these aren't feeling the best. So I'm not gonna sit here and do all 8 sets with 35. You know, I'm gonna do a couple sets here, kind of get a feel for it. Maybe if it feels good that day, it feels good and we keep going, but slowly working our way up. So now we'll go down to probably 20s, a weight that I can kind of control a little better, and spam out the rest of our sets here. Probably even drop down to like 15 or 10s towards the end there. And you go down.
I bet Biggie weighs less than Hayden. Oh, yeah. Hayden Cotton? Yeah. What, he's big? Big as fuck. Really? Like, big? Yeah, a couple times. You know, very bold.
All right, so that's gonna wrap up the lift. Obviously, we did some shoulder press, and right as I started doing those, my camera died. So I only got a clip of one of those. We did 3 sets of those, and then we went ahead and finished with spamming out some side raises. And you saw at the end there, shoulders were super pumped. I'm feeling actually really good for where I'm at leanness wise, in regards to, you know, being around the holidays. Say I'm bulking because I am naturally gaining some weight, but you know, with the last couple weeks, with me going venue hunting for my wedding in late November and Thanksgiving the same week, and then with these last couple holidays and New Year's coming up, I've been kind of letting myself eat what I want on those holidays, or for those, you know, those couple days, whatever that may be. So like a few days ago, it was like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I'm letting myself eat what I want, and then I'm kind of cutting on the other days. So today and yesterday, I wasn't really hungry because I ate so much on Christmas Eve and everything, and Christmas Day. So I'm not really gonna force calories, especially if I know on New Year's Day and New Year's Eve, I'm gonna be eating a lot of food. So that's kind of like my mentality. Once I get through New Year's Eve and I feel like I'm down to the body weight I wanna be at, I'll probably start really bulking again. Right now, I'm just kind of cutting back on the days when I'm not eating a bunch. And then obviously on those holidays and stuff, I'm kind of letting loose. And I think in the end, I'm kind of just doing a gradual bulk if you were to do the math calorie wise. So after the new year, we'll start really honing in on the bulk, tracking the calories and making sure that we're hitting that surplus range. But that's gonna wrap up today's video. We are going to probably, I'm not sure if I'm gonna film tomorrow's workout. We may or may not, just because I know we missed one day with Christmas, but it is what it is. You guys will see if it comes out. And don't forget to go follow me on Instagram at Blaine Riley Live, same on TikTok, but who knows about TikTok, it's probably gonna get banned, so I wouldn't worry about that. But go check out all my links down below in the description. We got Synchrist, my vintage clothing, Christian clothing company. Also join my school community, which is the Apex Tribe community, which is a bunch of Christian lifters like myself, where we can interact with each other, talk about Christ, talk about lifting, whatever the topic may be. What else is there? Go to RileyLegionAthletics.com, and if you want to be coached by myself, go ahead and shoot me a DM saying muscle on Instagram, or you can shoot me an email as well. You can find my email and all that stuff on Instagram, but that's kind of my spiel. We'll see you guys next time. Remember to love God, lift weights, and live life.